say, she say, we say, I say, hearing out them points of views when I see it my way. Yes it goes, yes it knows, maybe so's, probably not, shoulds and coulds, do's and don'ts, your woulds and won'ts is how you rock. Politicians and religions, on your house or are you renting? Is you married, is you single, meta interest when you mingle, turn out to be someone you into, so how long before the bed get wrinkled? Children when they tripping, is it time out or do you whip them? Opinions and decisions, hunches, intuitions, may or may not get it, cause people's experience different, check the prejudice at the door, speak the line, you give the flow, tell the truth if it's sweet or sour, cause the hour we spitting fire.
Woo-wee! Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I'm still testing my software, you guys. I'm still testing my software, okay? We're going to be doing this all week, and I know I'm late. It was my mother's birthday, and so I had to spend a week with her and everything because I don't get a chance to do that, so I'm out here spending a week with her for her birthday, okay? So that's what I'm out here doing. I'm being a good daughter, okay? You know, you only have one set of parents, all right? So we're going to be talking about Tasha K, and we're going to be talking about Kwame's troll. Y'all know, low-key, I don't understand what's going on with low-key. I don't understand what's going on with 2 Inches. 2 Inches has found himself over here with Spittinfire. If his ass didn't subscribe, he can take his fat ass back to where he come from, okay? You don't come over here and get the troll and you don't subscribe to the channel, okay? All right, Tic Tac Dick, you don't get to do that. You don't get to do that. Kwame, come get your damn troll. I got enough over here in this damn sector. I don't need your shit too. Okay, you need to come over here and come get your troll and bring his ass back over there with it. That's your shit. Do he know that he's in a whole nother sector? Do he know he would get his ass burnt up, his fat ass burnt up from one fat motherfucker to another? All right, so we're going to be talking about enough of the troll, okay? He's not that important. But we're going to be talking about Tasha K, okay? I don't understand what's going on. I don't understand. Make sure y'all hit that like button coming on in. Please make sure y'all hit that like button coming on in because we got to talk about some things. We definitely got to talk about some things. This is some stuff that is really, I don't know. Okay, so we goes over there, this sector, okay? We goes over there to the Tasha K, right? We go over there to the Tasha K, and we seeing what she want to say about the R. Kelly situation. Now, for those of you who do not know, Tasha K was one of the ones who started talking about R. Kelly first on these internet streets, okay, as I know. And this was before I even had a channel. I used to be a wino. I used to like Tasha K channel. And, I still, respect her work and how far she came in the last few years that she's been on, YouTube. And so I used to go over there and I'm like, wow, she, getting on this and doing this. And I remember when she was actually coming on just with a cell phone before she actually blew up to the way her platform had blew up, right? So in the process of me doing that, okay, she was talking about R. Kelly, right? She was talking about R. Kelly first, and she was saying some really crazy stuff. And at that time, I'm just thinking, she's just a blogger talking shit. Like, I'm not even thinking, because I wasn't even into blogging yet. And I wasn't even thinking that it was real. I'm just thinking that it's tabloid stuff. She's talking shit, as him being a celebrity and other celebrities. This is just part of being a celebrity and what they have to deal with, right? So I wasn't paying nothing nothing much to it, right? I wasn't even paying attention. I was just a sub in the I was just a sub that was talking like everybody else. I was just, believing whatever she said or not believing it or just thinking she talking her shit. Get on your channel and you talk your shit, right? No big deal. No big deal at all. So then after she sat up there and she was talking her stuff after so long, she started talking about R. Kelly should go to jail and all this and that. And at this time, I had decided that I wanted to try blogging, but I wanted to do mine in a whole different style. So if you haven't followed Spittinfire for the last few years, when I started out with a co-host, right? So when me and my co-host started, I said, we're going to do ours a little different. We're going to do this, blah, blah, blah. I said, you need to check out this channel. And one of the channels was Tasha K, right? Something like this black woman, she's really doing it and all this. Now I said, but I kind of fell away from her because she would start talking about R. Kelly need to be in jail and blah, 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 blah. And I'm thinking, wait a minute, whoa, because I'm really strong on, like when we say stuff like that, we got to know what we're talking about. And they can't just be blogging stuff. Like you got to know what you're talking about. So she was saying some things or whatever. And I remember when she actually said that she was working with Homeland Security, giving information to them to help bring about arrest with R. Kelly. That's what I remember. And that was in 2018, right around the time I was in development of SPITTINFIRE, me and my co-host, right? So at that time, but before then, even in 2017, she was talking about R. Kelly and all this and that. And she was talking about the parents, the savages and all that kind of stuff. And as I went through some of her videos, her old videos, I remember that. I was like, I remember when she was saying that. And I remember that. And it's so funny how you can watch somebody yesterday and see them today and how much they have grown and their channel's grown and how their looks are different and all this kind of stuff. And this was even before she got pregnant with her son and all those type of things, right? So I'm sitting up here and I'm listening to all of what she was saying. And I'm like, this doesn't sound right. Now, if you hadn't, to fast forward to, let's say 2020, okay? I would say 2020. It could have been earlier this year, okay? Because you got to think, we going up on the third quarter of the year already. So I can remember when Tasha and this guy, the father, had fell out, okay? The Savages. And so then she started talking about Joycelyn. So I found out that it was kind of funny that when she gets into it with these parents, she started talking about the young ladies then. You know what I mean? She was calling Joycelyn stupid, or she's the stupid one and all that kind of stuff. So then recently, within the last 8 months or something like that, she fell out also with the Clarys. And found out that the stories that the Savages and the Clarys was telling her was false. But what she failed to understand is that all of them were working together and all the shit that they were saying was false. Okay? We have been saying that shit. And so her sitting up there telling almost all the people and subscribers she have that stuff about R. Kelly and then having to come back and say, if you don't believe me, it's on her thread, to have to come back and say, R. Kelly may be innocent. That is a lot and a big ass pill to swallow. To know and find out that you have been lied to. But she got a lot of information from small bloggers who actually had not only receipts but recordings and everything else and can show you videos and what they were doing. Like, there's nothing better than an actual video, a person in real time doing and saying something, right? And you can't get no more receipt than that, okay? I'm telling you, that goes longer than a CVS receipt. I'm telling you what I'm telling you, right? So then she sits up there and say, you befriend a blogger, and her and his father was going back to it. So now, of course, what Tasha K does, she started going at Azriel at this time. Now, at this time, last time she was going at Joycelyn. This time she was going to Azriel, saying Azriel ain't gonna be nothing but a baby mama, and she ain't gonna be this, and ain't gonna be that, and she this and that, and all this and that. And of course, her father comes on there and defend her like he always does, right? And stuff like that, and defend her like he always does, right? And I'm thinking to myself, wow, what's the switch? So over here in this sector, everybody was mad. So well, Tasha K ain't for R. Kelly. And my thing was, I never wanted her to be for R. Kelly. I never thought that she was going to just switch like that and just actually be for R. Kelly. She have often told her story about sexual assault. And she's one of those people that's going to believe people being sexually assaulted because she one of those people, right? That they played on her sympathy. And she, saying she took time to put out all these stories about him over the past few years, and she actually said she was sending stuff to the Homeland Security, and that's a big ass pill to swallow, to go on your platform and say, oops, Like, oops. Like, you got to save face. Like, oops. No, ain't no oops. This man is locked up because you put out here, because you had a lot of subscribers then, that this man was all of this and that, and people went with it because we are in the heat of the Me Too movement, and you have a large platform, and everybody was just siding with women 2-3 years ago. Everybody was just siding with these women, and you just could not side against women. You could not talk about the LGBT, and you couldn't tell no woman she was lying about being sexually assaulted, okay, or whatever. Now we starting to see a shift change. And if you really remember, I said, okay, that the world was fickle. I said y'all was some fickle ass people. I said it. We see it in these sectors. 1 minute people can be down with you and love you, and you say the wrong thing, they down with your enemy. It's just as simple as that. That's just the way the world works. You know what I mean? Nobody and no subs. Nobody is just loyal. That's just the way it works. They can tell you how much they love you and this and that and that's and that, but I'm telling you, they will change. And in this blogging business, you have to know that, right? But you try to get genuine people. You try to get people that, you know, a crowd that you know is solid, but it doesn't work that way. Unfortunately, YouTube is a platform and people use it for entertainment purposes, and that's exactly what they do. So loyalty is slim to none here, okay? Or whatnot. So you have to know that. So even with the setup of R. Kelly, so she thought that these people were legit. She thought that these people wanted her mom, wanted their daughters and all that. She was calling them little girls and all this and that. Well, if you really paying attention, and even though she said it tonight and she tried to still say the old face, but at the same time trying to correct it, and then at the same time she gave mixed vibes there, and I think she just really used the R. Kelly name to draw a crowd, because you have to remember, essentially that was how she blew up, was with R. Kelly stories, right? She blew up with the R. Kelly stories. And I'm sorry, you guys, I'm not talking, I'm giving commentary right now, but I will acknowledge your chat in a minute. Because, you know, I'm on a new software, okay? I'm not on actual YouTube, and I can't see the chat right now, okay? So, mods, please handle your business if you have to handle your business, okay? Please do what you need to do. I'm leaving it up to you. But right now, I have to get this commentary out from what Tasha K did tonight. So, I'm thinking that she just put R. Kelly in the headline, saved it for last because she knew a lot of R. Kelly supporters was going to come. Especially the fact that I tagged her yesterday and said, okay, Tasha K, free promo, right? So who doesn't know, even though I'm not a big blogger as them, but you still get your name out here on these YouTube streets, okay? You don't have to have a whole lot of subscribers for people to start knowing who the hell you is. Especially a few weeks ago if I was on Kwame Brown's channel several times, okay? So I tagged her and I said that, so I guess now you have a power outage, okay? You have some power issues and things like that. So now you want to put a whole nother story together like, oops, uh-oh. You know what I mean? Because now you know that we're going to be there, right? We're going to be there. So I think she was trying to save face, but then trying to throw dags, and it was all over the place. I really don't think she really had commentary on R. Kelly tonight, other than the fact that she said that the girls are scared and they really don't want to testify. No, they don't want to testify. No, they don't. I said that in 2019. I said, and for those of you who know, I said, wait till it come to trial. I said that if you know SPITTINFIRE, I told y'all asses, when it comes to trial, they asses going to back out, or at least try to. They're going to try to back out. It wasn't, let me tell you guys something. This wasn't supposed to go legal like this. This shit wasn't supposed to go to, politics kicked in it. Okay, because they did it in January. It was a year before the election. Okay, so this is around the time everybody's starting to campaign for the presidency. You got the LGBT kicking off with the Democratic Party, and this was a way for them to get their rocks on and everything else. It wasn't supposed to go this way, people. This is why I said what I said. It was not supposed to go this way. What it was supposed to happen, let me tell you what was supposed to happen. What was supposed to happen was they just wanted to tarnish his image. What was supposed to happen is we wanted to do Surviving R. Kelly. We wanted to sit up there and him go off with a settlement or something like that and get a coin. Because as you seen, after surviving R. Kelly, they start going on award shows and they start dressing skimpier and writing books. But what happened? COVID hit. Okay? COVID hit. So when COVID hit, it put a halt to all of that. All of that. Nothing was working. So by that time, shit died down. Okay? Shit died down and everything. So then in 2020, they came out with one called The Reckoning, right? And it did good, but not as good as the original Surviving R. Kelly. And then in 2021, they were supposed to come out with another one. And I guess they felt like, well, we still shut down. This will be perfect. But the morale of the people with the hype of the R. Kelly situation dropped tremendously. Like, people starting to see different things. And one of the things people started to see was the behavior of these alleged accusers, right? Because one thing about them is they were of age, but they're young. And even if they wasn't young, people are of age. But the problem with that is they are addicted to social media, whether it's YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, whatever, right? And they talk. You know, they talk a lot and they say a lot of things and they contradict what it is that they were saying. And they made other documentaries and said something totally different than what they said in the original documentary and all this kind of shit, right? It wasn't supposed to go this way, people. For those of you who new to this R. Kelly situation, and I know the young people over there that follow Tasha K channel and the messy, they want R. Kelly to go to jail because she told them to. You know, if you really look at the people in the chat that believe he guilty, it's only really the people that is the old team Truth and Old Cove. And the only reason why they are against R. Kelly at this point in time is because the blogger who they support is still against them. But even they had feud, and they was there. They didn't even jump into the chat until she started saying he was gay, start saying negative stuff. You know, they real selective about where they go. You know, the ops. They real selective. If she would have came out just full blasting the girls and the abusers and all this and that, they wouldn't have came in there. But as soon as she said a little, she was playing both sides, then you found them coming up in there. And I just find that to be so funny. However, it wasn't supposed to go this way. I told you guys that in 2019. It was law. When Kim Fox came out the very next day and said, we trying to do something, they never thought it would go that way. And even when it did go that way and he was getting out, they never thought it was going to be, he was looking at some significant prison time. They thought that you would go to jail for maybe a year or something like that. You be out, you be all right. They never thought it was going to be this way. You know, people have, you know, conscious like, oh shit, like, damn, I just wanted my motherfucking money and tarnish his image. I didn't want all this. They didn't want all that. I keep telling y'all that. It wasn't supposed to, but people threw a monkey wrench in because what they did was, when they did this documentary, it was the hype of the political campaign. See, and they inserted themselves in it because it was going to be a good look for the campaign. But who threw a monkey wrench in that shit? Jussie Smollett. When he did what he did with these men who were supposed to beat him and use racial and homophobic slurs, they threw a monkey wrench in that because the only person was supposed to be looked at in the limelight was R. Kelly. When Jussie Smollett came, he took some of the shine off of him. So it was a lot of things that happened during 2019. You see what I'm saying? So when she got on there, she told me, don't nobody want to testify? No, because they were lying. They were lying. They were scorned women who just wanted to get their money and say, oh, he ain't going to pick none of us to be his woman. We going to get some money out of his ass and we going to keep it going. We going to ruin his reputation. We going to show him who we is. And that's all it was supposed to be. It wasn't supposed to be, damn, his ass getting locked up. He looking at prison time. I got to get on the stand. I got to take an oath and oh my God, his fans. Oh, I got to be out here in the world after that. Oh, hell no. It wasn't supposed to be that way. Why do you think that Azriel want to remain anonymous? Even though she's out here butt naked talking to everybody, she want to remain anonymous. Because until she can say, oh, it wasn't me, she want to be able to lie and say it wasn't her when it was her. But you out here, you told everybody everything. It wasn't supposed to go this way. It was supposed to be just about getting money. Tarnish his name for money. That was it. But now it went too far. Because now you got to take the damn stand. You done sat up there and went in front of a grand jury. You done got this man indicted. You done raised your hand saying you telling the truth. You gonna have to take that damn stand. Did you think it was a game? This wasn't no goddamn game. I told y'all asses that, and you just wait on cross-examination. You just wait. And then what make it so bad about it? I don't want to seem like I'm beating up on these young women, but these young women were so misguided by their parents. I told everybody, Tasha, he trafficked young girls. Well, let's say that was so. Let's say it was so, and I don't believe it was, but let's just say it was so. Let's just say that there was some trafficking, right? Let's hypothetically say that it was some trafficking. I often told y'all that human trafficking, a lot of the times, not all, but a lot of the times, it starts at home. I told you and showed you a clip of Azriel sitting down with Gayle King, her and Joycelyn. And she said, yes, my father and my mother said that they wanted me to take a picture with R. Kelly, and if they needed to use that to blackmail him, yes. That's the same thing that people been doing for years because of his past. She was telling the truth that day. She was telling the truth that day. Because let me tell you how I know she's telling the truth. And it is not even about her being an adult now. She's an adult now. She's a grown woman now. She can make her own choices then. But she can make her own choices when she decides to be with him. Because if we're going to talk about she was with him just 3 months before 18, come on now, we are not that trivial here. We're not that frivolous here. She's a grown woman. So what I'm saying to you is, I showed you video clipping. I did a 25-second video clipping, just 25 seconds. And in that 25 seconds, I said a lot, and I didn't say anything at all. And I said, when she was on the video with Joycelyn, when she was supposed to be down with R. Kelly, and she said she read the tabloids that they were getting kicked out the Trump Towers and all these type of things. And she came out to say that that wasn't true at that time. She was looking like an average young woman. Her father, for a damn near year, talks so he want his daughter home. He want his daughter home. Went on CBS Morning Show. Y'all seen the interview. The mother, I want her home. I want her home. So she goes home. Y'all can go back and see the videos. She goes home. And when she gets home, she's more thoughted out. And no disrespect to her, but I'm talking about her appearance. Than anybody who's supposed to be a victim. Remind yourself now, she never tried to kill herself over R. Kelly. She was dressed like a young lady. She spoke well. Now she out here talking about she told Tasha K to pull up. Told another woman I'll beat your ass. She out here with thongs and taking pictures with guns. And she wasn't doing that with R. Kelly. And she was an adult then. So who has the influence on who here? And if I'm not mistaken, I have a video. If I'm not mistaken, the picture she took in the bikini, I believe the father took both pictures. What father takes pictures of their daughter in a bikini? In the most seductive way possible. My husband wouldn't even do that with our daughter. For one, our daughter wouldn't even never ask him. Because the first thing he'd do is put her in a place like, I'm not your friend. I'm your father. So she will be watching what she wear around him, even as an adult. Now, when she with her girlfriends or whatever, you know how they do. But as long as her father is around, she's going to wear something respectful. And I'm thinking to myself, wow. I'm thinking, I'm going to put that little clip up. I can't find it now, but because I got a new software and I don't want to mess up nothing. But if I'm not mistaken, it was 2 people taking pictures of her. It was a white guy, and I'm telling you, the other guy looked just like it could have been her dad. Dad, stepdad, whatever he is to her. It could have been him. And I'm thinking, and he was all up on her. And Tasha K did a video a few months back when she said, when she was laying on the beach in a bikini, and she asked her dad, and this is when she fell out with him, and she asked her dad, she said, what man take a picture with his daughter like that? Who's trafficking who? Whom, rather. I told y'all, a lot of the times, human trafficking starts at home. You supposed to be advocating for women. You went on Fox Soul, which was in the motions with the defense, speaking that you advocating for women. And you ain't been gone months, and you all out here in bikinis, thongs, provocative. Provocative. This is not the image that I would think that a victim or a person who's been abused will want to give off. You can be sexy and attractive covered up. She's not going around doing speaking engagements. Some of them were trying to do that. They didn't work because they can't talk. She's not doing speaking engagements. She's not wearing suits or dresses. She is as skimpy as they can be out here. And I said when we was on Infamous Sylvia that night that she was on Fox Soul. And we all went over there and flooded it. And I was really serious. I was speaking and I was serious. I said, I'm not even going to come at her hard because she's a young woman. I'm enough to be her mother. And I said, why isn't this young lady, if the Gail said, she should be in school, why she's not learning something? Yes, you bought new breast, R. Kelly bought you new breasts, new titties, new all this and that. You got a new body. However, that's only for the time being. What are you going to do for longevity? Do you have something other than that? Then you trying to sell stuff and make stuff and not doing it right. Somebody called you on it. You told you gonna beat their ass. This is what your victims do. This is what your victims are doing. They're out here making victims themselves. You got the father out here threatening everybody under the sun. He said, I just want my daughter back. Well, then why are you still on social media? Why is DJ is able to drag you all the time? Because you can't keep your ass off social media. All you said was you wanted your daughter. That's what you said in 2019. You got her ass back in 2020 and you still stay your ass on social media. Not in the most positive way. Because if you got your daughter back, you would think that you would only be in the positive limelight for yourself. No, you so worried about us over here. You go sue Team Truth, the old Team Truth, Old Cove, and the ops and all that kind of stuff. You know where we stand. I don't even know what the fuck you even mention us for. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. And people who are in opposition of this, the whole case, only in the opposition of it because of personally what happened to them And 2, because they can't admit they were wrong. Now, we're not saying we know for a fact innocence, but I've always spoke on the law. I wasn't there when he was in these relationships with these women. I was not there. Spittinfire does not know R. Kelly. I was not there. But what I can say legally and lawfully, this shit ain't right. I've always spoke on injustice in the law and common sense. Because your actions got to support your statements. I'm sorry. And this is what my stance on it is. I'm not coming from a fan. I've told many people I'm not a fan of R. Kelly. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan. I spoke on Bill Cosby as well. I'm not a fan. You got a lot of people out here, and a lot of bloggers out here who are fans. I'm not a fan. I have never been to an R. Kelly concert. But when I seen what was happening and what these movements was doing and what these political parties were doing, I said, ooh, this is something. And when I start blogging, I start investigating, I start looking up things, I start seeing something contrary to what is being put out here. So then I got on the bandwagon. I said, if the law have to go through all this to try to convict somebody, then that means they're lying. So therefore, I'm going to support this man. For the last 2 years, no one said nothing about no boys. She tried to solidify, oh yeah, he gay. See how they use gay as a weapon when they want to because they don't like somebody? This was the same blogger that said if it was her, she'd put a bullet in R. Kelly's head, but had to come back and say, oops, because you realize you've been lied to by the parents. Somebody's life is at stake. You have a son now. You don't want this to happen to your son. This karma's or something else. It's a bitch. She is a bitch. See, when you start talking about R. Kelly, you ain't have a son, you just had a daughter. And this is Tasha K. He's somebody's son, regardless of whether you like him or not. If the law and the people that's saying what they're saying is not adding up to what it is that they were initially telling you and the law and the people, then you what else are you supposed to believe? Oh, they scared to testify? Why are you scared now? They was on all social media platforms. They was on CBS The Morning Show. They was on Dr. Oz. They was on The View. They was on Sister Circle. They was on The Talk. They was on Fox News. They was on Fox. So what are you scared of now? You told the whole world. Why are you scared of going to the courthouse when you done just told the whole world? Is it because you're lying? I'm not going to save face because, even if I was a victim of sexual assault, I'm not going to save face just to protect you. I'm going to get mad at you for using my narrative to make a mockery of it. And that's what women are not getting out here. I seen them, I said, look at them. Now she's saying something, make fun of R. Kelly, now they coming up in here. Sad. And those are the type of people that is awful. But when it comes to someone they love, I hope they reflect back on this moment in time in life to know what they were doing and advocating for. Because it doesn't matter if you think he's guilty or innocent. If the law is doing wrong to try to convict him, that means he's innocent. The burden of proof is not on R. Kelly. It's on the government. It's on them to prove that he is who he is. It's on them. No one said anything. And Tasha K was right about one thing tonight. When she said that the girls don't want to testify, and so they trying to concoct stories and add stories to bring about some more charges and hoping that they can convince the girls to testify. That's all they doing is a stall tactic. I believe that. I believe that. To convince them, I believe that. Because I'm going to tell you what, that writer that was supposed to be against R. Kelly, the big one, Jim DeRogatis, He was the one that said a lot of things last time in his first trial. What did he do when it came time to testify? He pleaded the fifth. He pleaded the fifth. But he believed what he believed. And you believe this man is guilty of these things. And you want to help these people. And you put out all this malicious stuff on this man. And you spread it out the first time, which caused this man to be brought up on charges, only to get your ass on the stand to plead the fifth. This is what they doing with your tax money. This is what they doing with it. And even though I advocate for R. Kelly because I think the law is wrong in this situation, I've often given the girls advice. I did on Spitfire. I told them, I said, listen, you young women, I don't know what happened in that house with y'all with R. Kelly, but look, don't let these goddamn folks, these government, make a mockery of you. They will ball you up and throw you away once they got what they want. You will never hear from these people again. They got a taste of what it is I was talking about, regardless of whether they like me or not. Because on the second Surviving R. Kelly, The Reckoning, a lot of them didn't even go there. Because they didn't get the money they was promised or get what they was promised. So they didn't want to be a part of it. But if you really supposed to be helping young women and you didn't want no one else to be abused, you would be a part of it. But why wouldn't you be a part of the second one then? Why wouldn't you see this through the end? Could it be that there is some inconsistencies and some lies going on? Because the agenda supposed to be, in the plot, in the goal, is supposed to be to bring about awareness of abuse. It doesn't matter what these people gave you or didn't give you or whatever. If you want to spread the word on abuse, then why wouldn't you do the second one? Because you didn't get what you want. It was all about what they wanted to get out of it, people. It was about what they wanted to get out of it. It wasn't never supposed to go to trial. I keep telling y'all that. And everybody keeps screaming, this man a pedophile, this man this man that. He did this and he did that. And then they show you pictures of all these people protesting, mute R. Kelly, all these paid ass protesters. You know they was paid, just like in the Bill Cosby. Like they had the one woman with blood and she naked and the cops dragging her off. You don't see this bitch today. Where was she at when we walked out the prison? Nowhere to be found. Nowhere to be found. Because she was paid to be out there like that. She was paid to be naked and pour fake blood on her and got rape written all on her. Like somebody just actually beat some women and snatched their clothes off and brutally attacked them. Just because that's the image that they want to put out there, so they're going to have a photographer take a picture of that and put it out there, and you people fall for it all the time. All the time. Just like they got these college kids holding up signs that's lit up talking about mute R. Kelly. Where them goddamn protesters at now? And why the hell did mute R. Kelly sell one of their domain names? Why? Because it was for money. Who the hell want to buy a shirt say mute R. Kelly? Why is you trying to capitalize off a man who you trying to put away? Instead of saying you are a survivor or I'm stronger than my predator or anything like that, you got merchandise that say mute R. Kelly. Because you using the R. Kelly name in it for money. It was all for money, people. They got your ass good. They got y'all good. To all those naysayers and calling him all his name, they got you good. Yep, they sure did. They got y'all good, so good. And it's so sad. That's all it takes. Because the reason why is because we sympathize and empathize with people of sexual assault. We just think that the internal trauma and the mental trauma of it. Yes. But not when you willing to take BS off a man for a Birkin bag, a Gucci bag, a Prada bag, a Fendi bag, Tom Ford bag, Balmain bag, Balenciaga bag, Alexander McQueen bag, all those bags, all those high ticket items, Chanel earrings, and all these things you want. We see women like that right now that would take whatever they need because they are materialistic. So, I'm sitting up here and I'm listening to another blogger read the motion that the government put in. And I was listening to Infamous Sylvia tonight before Tasha K came on. And earlier today, I'm just going to tell you, I spoke with an attorney. Because as she read some things, I was like, what? The other lady, not Infamous Sylvia. I'm like, what? She read that in emotion. I was like, oh, I hurry up and called an attorney. I'm not going to say what it was at that time or what it is, but I was on the phone with an attorney. And as I was on the phone with an attorney, I was asking him about certain things. And one of the things I was asking him about, and it was so funny that Infamous Sylvia came on and said breaking news or something about what the judges ruled on the media being not allowed in the courtroom, because I was just asking that attorney that just 1 hour prior to her coming on. And I asked him and he said, okay, yes, I do Midwest District. I don't do Eastern District, but I do have a friend over there. So I was supposed to email him, and he was supposed to contact the Eastern District lawyer, federal lawyer that he has over there in the Eastern District, right? And he said, I just do Midwest. I said, oh, okay. I said, well, I still may need you for Midwest. But, yeah, because I was working on bloggers being able to be on the phone call or able to have some type of site where we can zoom in on it or whatever and see it personally or whatever if they was going to let the mainstream media in. But that all went to shambles because she denied it, which was good. Because if she would have granted it, I damn sure was working on it. Honey, I could tell you I was on the phone today. I sure was, because I thought that they had up to the 30th or something, and I was like, look, I'm rushing, because I left him a message a couple days ago, and he called me back today. So, you know, of course, he probably was in court. A lot of times on Wednesdays and Thursdays, they don't be in court as they do at the beginning of the week. So, I was like, yeah, because there was some things that was said in this motion that wasn't right, and I want to say something about it, because a lot of the stuff that they were saying on behalf of the people. So, he was like, okay, I said yes, because a lot of the stuff that they got was from Surviving R. Kelly and from YouTube. And I said, well, I think we the people, the bloggers, need an attorney. Because a lot of the shit that we seen and we heard in this motion comes from Surviving R. Kelly, bloggers, and everything else. And the bloggers who are for R. Kelly, we need to let it be known that whatever the government put out there, it was not an intent to help the government, but the defendant. And they twisted, and we need to debunk that on behalf of the people, because we have rights as the people. We, the people. That's what it say in the courtroom. And he said, well, I can refer you to another attorney. And so he gave me his email. I'm going to email him still because we need an attorney. And I said, well, I'm going to talk to the subs and the other bloggers and and whatever, and I'm going to email him in the morning, and I'm going to see what the retainer fee is. And then we're going to have a private Zoom meeting with other bloggers. Because you're not going to twist words or whatever we doing, putting us in indictments and trying to frame this man when we advocating for this man. I'm not stupid. I'm not stupid. I keep telling everybody they can fuck with me if they want to. I was on my game, and I am not going to say the name of my attorney, but I was on it. I was on it. Just honest to God, and God done set up there and put Sylvia to come on and say they were denied. I said, good. So now I just have to ask him about the other question. And then I want to know what his retainer cost is. Because you're not going to say certain things in that motion that they got off YouTube, particularly the people that's for him, and try to use it against them. No, we're going to let you know where we stand, and we're going to let the judge know. So regardless of what happened or the outcome, whether he's let go or he's convicted, if he let go, it's good. If he's convicted, he still got grounds of an appeal, because we're going to put that on the docket, on the record. It don't matter if she granted. It don't matter what she say about it. It's still going to be appealable because we brought it to the courts. And it's going to be in the transcript. Now, that's sometimes what you do. You put things out there. And even if even right now, the media got denied. It don't matter if they got denied. They was smart enough to put that on court records. So if the media ever wanted to appeal a decision or go back and try to change laws or get people to lobby for them for their First Amendment right and stuff like that, they're going to have that to go back on. That's how it works. This is how you go about changing laws, people. It doesn't matter if things are granted or denied sometimes. Sometimes you just need things recorded. Sometimes you need things recorded, because if it's on there, they can say, oh, yes, Your Honor, we brought this up in court. Just like Bill Cosby. We brought this up in court, and the judge granted, and then whether the Supreme Court for or against, they be like, oh, well, they did bring it up. I don't understand why this judge did not allow it. That was true. They said what they said. If they used it in the court proceedings to convict this man, and they let it be known that they were advocating for this man. You're just not going to sit up here. But see, a lot of them people don't know. They can be fans of R. Kelly, blogging for R. Kelly or whatever. No, that's not Spittinfire's stance. I don't even want to meet the man, because after this, I want to tell his ass, this shit is draining, nigga. When you get out of here, you get one woman, go over to another country and sit your ass down. Sing and go home. Don't even take pictures. Take pictures, had it pre-goddamn autograph, and let them pass it out while they on their way out the goddamn door after the concert. Because this shit is too much. I done been called out my name. I done been called out my name today. I'm over in another sector now. Not even in this R. Kelly sector. I'm in a whole new other sector. Taking on Kwame Brown's beef. Fighting with his ass. I'm like, I'm a fighting ass out here. God damn. You got to be strong to do the things we do. You know how many fat bitches and fat slurs and names I get called or left in the chat every day? Do you guys know that every day most of you couldn't take the names we get called? Most of y'all would. This is why people commit suicide online. Internet. You have to be a strong-minded individual to do this stuff in the world coming at you. And as I mentioned the other day, they come at you with your imperfections. Unfortunately, they be having imperfections too. So it doesn't dawn on me. It's crazy. So I'm thinking to myself, wow. So I'm going to say to this. Tasha, you have to be accountable for some of the stuff that you put out. Yes, you start off talking shit. Yes, you doing this, but it led to a real incarceration. So talking about somebody getting dick up the ass and all this and that, you are a sexual survivor. Why would you wish that on anybody? Even if you, because it ain't proved that he was one. Why would a sex abuse person wish sex abuse on another person? The people who saying that they have been abused been the biggest bullies in this fight. From calling names, for cussing you out, for slandering you in the chat. They've been the biggest bullies. I'm in another thread having a conversation on someone else's channel. Just like the ops when we first came out 2-3 years ago in this case. You stupid. We was talking about R. Kelly. You stupid. You this. You that. You protect. Why I got to be stupid? Why we just can't have a respectable difference of opinion in the dialogue? Why I got to be stupid? Why the name called? I didn't call them no names. I'm simply arguing the point of the law. I'm simply arguing what was going on and what is being said. But when they can't come at you with nothing, instead of taking the information and retaining the information to learn something, they stoop to name calling. They stoop to name calling. They will call you out your name. But these are supposed to be victims. Look at the ops. All of them said that they were all of them said they were victims, and they will call you out your name, tease you, harass you first. I mean, I'm telling the truth. I'm telling the truth. Just like I was talking, I'm on there having a conversation. I'm in the bushes. I hear one person's like, yeah, old Spitty, or spitting ham hocks, or spitting this, and I'm used to it. But I'm thinking like, well, damn, I don't even talk to this person. Why the hell? Because you have a difference of opinion. So that lets you know that the mind into which you're on and the maturity level which you on, and these supposed to be victims, they can't even come back at you with nothing. They strictly on emotion. And try to tell us we stupid. I know that people get convicted all the time and they're innocent. I'm aware of this. This is why I contribute to the Innocent Project. I'm aware of this happening. I'm aware of this. But I've often told people, just like I told my co-host, I said, Bill Cosby going to jail, and I said, you know what? Because she was against Bill Cosby. I was for him. And I told her it was going to be overturned at the Supreme Court. And sure enough, as I showed you the day that he walked out, it was. Those movements have no place in our judicial system. It has no place there. That's not where it's supposed to be. Then they got all these people pouring fake blood and screaming and crying all on the street. Get your ass up. That's what I would have said if I was the police. Bitch, I know they paid you to do this. Get your goddamn ass up. Shit. And put some goddamn clothes on and wash your damn body. These are paid actors, people. All these people are not real protesters. All these people are not real protesters. This is why I said protesters, because see, when Bill Cosby got out, the next week or two, they were protesting at Independence Mall in Philadelphia. And that's when I told men to get out there and protest. When they protest, you protest. It don't matter who it is. They protest, you protest. You get 20 people, because on camera, 20 people can look like a lot. All you need is 20 holding signs and stuff. When they protest, you protest. You be out there 5 minutes. All you need is the image for the world. That's it. That's all they do. You don't see nobody protesting today. They was out there one day and that was it. So they can have an image of it and archive it. Everything is just for plot. Everything is just for documentation. That's why we doing what we doing for documentation. You're not going to use nothing on these social media streets as if the government got something. I hear the ops saying all the time, yeah, they messing up his case. No. No. I've been listening. I told y'all I was on some things. No, you're not going to use what we say against this man and we advocating for him. That's not what you're going to do. And you inaccurate on some stuff. You inaccurate on some stuff. And when she read it, I ain't said nothing to nobody about it because people can't help themselves when they bloggers. Bloggers love to break the story first. They love to do that. They don't, even if it's hurting at the time of what it is you're trying to accomplish, they can't help it. They want to be the first. They want their channel to grow. They want all this. They do believe in the work that they do, but they often be so anxious and does things on impulse that they just hurry up and do it. And they're not thinking at the surface level at all when you do that. Not at all. So, let me give you guys some acknowledgement. I've been talking for about over an hour without even giving you guys some acknowledgement. Dave Corey, hey Tanya, how are you? Jocelyn Smith, hey baby. Bird, Miss Fat, Tori Love, welcome. Charlie Reed, Lemon Tea, Lala Harrison, how are you? How are you? Never Trust a Soul, never. Robin Chapman, Nurse Patty, hey Leona. All right, Raquel Jackson, Milton Garth, yes, La Diva 1, all right, I get you. Colette Crawford. Can I please answer one question? What is that? Colette Crawford. Answer your question. Ivan, Leona, Lele. RPR Parks, hey, Shannon, Monet McDine, all righty, Isha Perkins, what's up, Shakira, okay, that's what I'm talking about, in the house, Yvette, yes, Kim Brown, okay, Trina Tina, yes, long time, Trina Tina. All right, Kimbra, Elijah Morton, what's going on? What's going on? Forensic text guy. That's right. They're going to need you forensics for forensics. Yes, Taz Allen, what's going on? What's good? I'm not reading your comments. I'm just reading off the names to invite you in the chat, whether you for me or against me. Just shouting you out. Glad you're still over here. Rita Thompson, hey, what's good? What's good? What is good? All right, Simply Stephanie, yes, Ivan, Nisi Mo, I was just laughing at you with my mother. I was telling her earlier today, I was saying we was trying to break down, what was we trying to do? We was trying to break down Hassan Campbell's language, because we can't understand. I told people I don't understand how y'all argue with that man. I don't know what the hell he talking about. I mean, Kwame and some of the other channels, y'all good at that lingo. I can't spin fight. He ain't got to worry about me never saying nothing about him, because I don't know what the hell he's saying. All right. I ain't got time to be trying to figure it out. Anita, all right. Marietta, hey. Sincerely, Bree. Hey, where you been, Sincerely, me, Bree? Where have you been? I was looking at Trial and Error. She come in, Miss Fernanda. What's going on? Cool BJ, hey. I think I got everybody. I think I got everybody that was in. So, yeah, it wasn't supposed to go this way, people. It wasn't. It was just supposed to tarnish his reputation, which it did. But they wasn't supposed. People got conscious. People know about karma. We black and some of us got some, but they know about karma. Except for them scheming, scamming people. They don't think karma come back to them. Karma is real. Karma is real. How you get on social media and on news sites and tell your story about how R. Kelly just abused you, Bria Z, hey, and then when it come to court, you don't want to take the stand or you want to be anonymous. That don't work that way. And people gonna find out who you is anyway. That does not work that way. I don't know why your daddy didn't tell you that. I tried to tell your daddy. Before I even start doing videos on your daddy to discredit him for being Father of the Year as he portrayed to be on CBS Morning Show, I tried to tell that man and did a lot of videos about that man. I told them when you was on Fox Soul last December, I told that man to keep your ass off the internet, off social media. I told you to do that. One thing I can say about Joycelyn Savage, she's smart. She kept her ass off of here. I said she can't. This one got to stay naked. Okay? She got to get her skimpy outfit on. She just got to do it. Then I go on her Instagram. And she took a lot of the skimpy pictures down. What you take them down for? Everybody got them. Believe me, if I wanted to get some pictures of you, somebody already snapshot those pictures. Trust me. People send me shit that I forgot 2-3 years ago. Or it's so deep in my archive, I just ask people to send it to me again. Because when you save stuff, you be forgetting what name you save it under and it's buried. That's one thing about technology. They hadn't figured that out yet. Bianca, hey. Jason Finch. Well, that's what I have all their asses. See what I'm saying? Bianca Hines have it. You can send me some. SPITTINFIRE18@gmail.com. It's in the one of my video section. Send me that. I need some. Because my stuff, I got a lot of stuff too, but it's so buried in this stuff. I got so many terabytes of stuff just covering this case. It doesn't make any sense. It don't make no sense at all. People should have thought about this. This is what happens when you get greedy. This is what happens when you get greedy. This man ain't got to be perfect. Everybody said, well, he guilty of something. We ain't talking about is he guilty of something. We talking about is he guilty on the charges that they brought against him. Did y'all read that motion? Tracy, shout out to Tracy, Tracy's Viewpoint. I don't know if I'm saying her name right. I wish they shortened their names. But anyways, shout out to her. She read it the other day. And she was reading what the government motion that they put in about the terms of events of what happened. And she was saying something about how they was going to take the stand and try to air out them people dirty laundry before the defense. Well, that's not going to work with me. Because I think Infamous Sylvia had a guest on it. That's not going to work with me. That's not gonna work with me either. It don't matter if you try to let us know beforehand that this person got a criminal record. If everybody taking a stand and got a criminal record, I'm still gonna side eye. Like, why is all these people with criminal records taking a stand to take down a man with no record? Like, that's what I would be like. Like, why is this man sitting up there having to justify his life dealing with a bunch of people who got criminal records? I don't understand it. And why do all the people who got criminal records got immunity? I don't understand it. I don't understand as the people why, and then they tried to make the government in that motion tried to make it seem like R. Kelly was a mean person when he caught somebody stealing from him. Like, what normal reaction does a person supposed to have when you caught somebody stealing $100,000 chains and $50,000 watches? How you supposed to act? I would like to know that. I was like, how are you supposed to act when you know somebody stole from you? How are you supposed to act if they stole large sums of money from you? How was you supposed to act when you kicking them out the house and snatching shit off their neck? Hell yeah! If I bought you something and you steal something, I'ma snatch what I got off and kick your ass out my motherfucking house. What the hell? They try to make it seem like this man should not have been mean towards them. I don't know what nice way to be towards a thief. See, that's his downfall. Thank you for the super chat. Texas Black Diamond, thank you, baby. Log off, Leslie said guilty. Well, you know what? That's your right to think that he's guilty if you want to. But I hope that you don't have a loved one in this situation, because you got to remember that. It's not about just guilty. You got to hear both sides of the story before you come to that conclusion. And that's what any man, that's not just being black or white, that's just being human. You want to hear all sides of the story. All sides. All sides. That's what you're supposed to do. Yes, I do have a daughter. And it's not about a daughter, but what if you had a son? What if you had a son? See, everybody talk about I hope you don't have young daughter. I have a daughter. I sure do. But I wouldn't take my daughter to R. Kelly or any other grown man. I wouldn't. It ain't got nothing to do with him and what he was charged with previously. I'm just not taking my underage child to no grown man. Period. I don't care if he's guilty of something or innocent of something or whatever. I'm not taking mine to Nan. And if she's grown, well, she's 19 now. She's grown. And you know what I told my daughter? Let me tell you what I told my daughter. What was her name? What was this lady's name in my chat? Hold on. This chat going up too quick. Log off Leslie. Log off Leslie. Let me tell you something. My daughter, 19 years old. I've taught her right, wrong, the way of life, birds and the bees, relationship issues, what the do's and what the don'ts. What I'm not going to do is raise her forever. That's what I'm not going to do. Now, I'm going to be there for her. If she fall, I'm going to teach her to get her back up and dust herself off if she can, and I'll be there for her if I can. But I'm not going to raise you forever. See, that's the problem with you people. That's the problem with you people, because you think if you got to have daughters, ain't nobody gave a damn about the boys. Nobody give a damn about the boys. So if you have a son, log off Leslie, let me ask you this. If you have a son, log off Leslie, And he was accused of raping a girl. And you know how you raised your son like you raised your daughters, right? Okay. So, if you know how you raised your son and you know you raised him to be respectful towards women and told him no means no and all this and that and don't hurt a woman, and some woman or girl or young girl accused him of raping her, especially if he got drafted into the ball player games, you mean to tell me you gonna believe the girl instead of your own son? Because we can't just believe women. We got to also face the facts here because we give birth to boys too. Come on now. Come on now. This is spitting fire now. Come on. We give birth to boys too. Fire flames, let them have it. Because she don't think women give birth to boys. You can protect your daughters and you're supposed to, but you're also supposed to protect your sons. You should never have to decide who to believe, your daughter or your son. You should believe the truth. And you should allow the truth to come out before you decide who you want to believe. That's the way of democracy. We don't convict on belief. Because if we did, and if we should, and we should have known that from when Jesus was up Calvary to his own crucifixion. I done said this the other day. I don't understand why y'all come over here on Spitting Fire with that mess. You get burnt up. Because you better know what you're talking about. So we might as well just ball up all the boys because they all liars and they all rapists if the girls say so. Because we got girls. And what I do teach my daughter, also, I teach her surviving mechanisms as well, log off Leslie. I teach her don't do this and don't do that. Not because it's her fault if something happened to her, to prevent something from happening to her. We got to take responsibility sometimes too. You can put yourselves in situations that you can't get out of. And it's called surviving mechanism. Like in other words, I told her, she go away to college. Look, don't leave your drink unattended. Don't be going in no rooms with no boys by yourself or with nothing else. Stay near an exit. I teach her all of that. So don't tell me what if it was my daughter. You better talk to your daughter and teach your daughter. I don't want nobody's daughter to be a victim, but you got to teach your child not to put themselves to become one either, to be an easy prey for somebody either. It's called taking accountability. Learn that word, write it, put it on the refrigerator every damn day. See, they come over here with spitting fire with that, then they run their asses off. Bring your ass back here. This is spitting fire. What did you think you were going to get? Don't tell me about what if it was my daughter. If it was my daughter, I would have took her to the police, not social media. If it was my daughter, I would did what Jessica Reed mama did to her. Took her to the police, called the police, took her to the doctor right when it happened. That's what a mama does if it was my daughter. If it was my daughter, I wouldn't say this grown-ass man who is rich and famous and she wearing $100,000 outfits and shit, $30,000 Birkin bags and $5,000 boots and $3,000 coats and $20,000 earrings. Oh, she'd do anything for $1 though. She looking good though. She ain't leave though. So what do you mean if it was my daughter? Shit, if it was my goddamn daughter, because I ain't buying her that shit. So you better go and keep you with goddamn sugar daddy, because I ain't buying you that goddamn shit. I ain't buying you no motherfucking $30,000 Birkin bag. So if it was my goddamn daughter, she might as well stay with the motherfuckers. I ain't gonna never buy you no $30,000 Birkin bag. I don't give a goddamn if I did give birth to you if I had it. She looked it well to me. She looked it healthy to me. Log off Leslie. Them girls looked it healthy to me. Everybody talks about Aaliyah this and Aaliyah that. Aaliyah got a career off of him too. Ain't nobody saying that shit. It doesn't matter if she went off with Timbaland. Who discovered her and put that hit out there, that first album, and made a name for herself? That name carried her through her rest of her career is what he gave her. Let's speak on it now. Because them very same girls that y'all talking about, so if it was your daughter and all this and that very same law will convict your daughter if she commit a crime or something like that too. Talking that crazy shit over here on SPITTINFIRE. What if it was my daughter? Girl, you better read my bio before you come over here and talk that crazy mess. You better ask these people. What's disgusting? You can't even say what's disgusting. All you can say is just disgusting. That's it. Aaliyah mama ain't said nothing. Aaliyah ain't said nothing. Nothing at all. Y'all making them say something. I heard one of y'all sit up there and say, oh, the mama lying. Well, goddamn, that's a disrespect to this young woman who y'all claim to be a victim. You victims are worse than any other damn predator there is. Y'all the biggest internet bullies out here. Yes, she made a name off of him. You goddamn right. Did you know Aaliyah before her ass did AJ Nothing But a Number? And what's the other song she made, y'all? That slow song. The one that put her on the map. Y'all know what I'm talking about. What am I saying wrong? What am I saying wrong? I'm telling you the truth, honey. It ain't disgusting, it's the truth. She got rich and got a song off of him. Shit. What you think this girl daddy trying to do? He was in the studio with his daughter talking about sucking dick and getting F under a tree. That's his daughter, and that's the daddy doing it. Speak on it. Log off, Leslie. So does that make it okay for girls to get something out of it? Well, let me tell you this. Let me tell you this. And I'm going to be harsh. And some of you are not surface level thinkers, so y'all gonna take it all the wrong way. I've often had a conversation with my daughter, log off Leslie, since you need to know. And I often tell her that when she dates someone, she should have standards. She should date someone who's doing something for themselves. She should date someone that's an asset to her life. And she to his. I don't want my daughter dating a nobody just because she in love with him and he's a nothing. Now you can teach your child that, but I want to teach mine to have some preference, some self-esteem. Love do not pay the light bill and gas bill. I don't want her taking care of nobody. I want a man to be, they can be able to take care of each other and they can grow and have nice things and live the best life that they can live. He provided a life for her. No matter how you look at it, he did. And we don't know the in-depths of that. But it did start with this man. You can't take that away from him. See, that's the problem with y'all. Because you got girls out here every day who stepfather and father come in their bedrooms every night, do inappropriate things with them, and has nothing. are real victims. These are the real victims that you think that these women are, and they're not. The women that you thinking that's the same as the ones who I just said is two different ones. You got real victims and you got victims for profit. And you, Log Off Leslie, need to know the difference. You need to know the difference. You know how many young women I see having babies by a man? He doesn't work. He doesn't have anything. She the third generation on government assistance. Got 5 or 6 kids that our tax money is paying for. But she love them. I'm not going to even tell you how they living. I'm not going to even tell you where they living like. I'm not going to even tell you what the kids normally grow up to be like on statistics. Very few grow up to be something other than what their environment is. So don't tell me because she got something out of it as if it wasn't nothing. She got a life out of it. That's why we breathe every day. That's why we were born. When we born, we breathe to live the life the best that we can live it. And we don't know what happened because the mother said nothing happened. She denied it. But all I see is that this young woman got a career. She's not the same as the people or the young women you think you seeing. She was a superstar. These were people trying to be that. Know the difference. What age do you think is okay? I think an age is okay when they become an adult. That's what I think is okay. See, we can't be contradicting Leslie, Log Off Leslie. We can't be contradicting. See, what it is we are the people that say, oh, she's only 18. He's too young for her. She's too old for her. But then at night, it's a commercial talking about some we are 18. Call me now. You see how contradicting that is, Log Off Leslie? Do you see what I'm talking about? If you want to sit up there and go about a change, you got to go about the whole way. That commercial still come on late at night as we speak. I am 80. Got girls being seductive. Nobody going after those companies to get those infomercials off the air because they think that it's exploiting young women. These damn media is not telling you the truth. They're not telling you the truth, Log Off Leslie. They telling you one side. All we asking you to do, and we're not trying to persuade you over here, at least I'm not. I'm trying to get you to be logical. Be able to get out your emotions because you a mother and think of what's logical. Because if it was your daughter, you would go to the police. Log Off Leslie. They told you the girl was underage. Do you know, Log Off Leslie, that there is a juror out there in the last trial that said the reason why they voted not guilty because they couldn't tell how old the girl was? Because they said that the girl who said that it wasn't her, because the one girl said it wasn't her, that they thought that was supposed to be in the tape. It wasn't her. They said it looked like two different girls because of the physique. They said the girl in the video was more formed than the girl that they was trying to say that was underage. Now, if you don't believe me, it's called Google. Search it. You probably have to search a little hard. It's deep, deep way in there, but it's down, it's out there. See, you can't be going on what the media tell you. They are trying to protect what's a slogan called victim shaming. They trying to protect this victim shaming thing, the word that they made up. In order to be a victim, you got to be proved you was victimized. If we just believe women, then why the hell we even have a democracy? Log off, Leslie. If we just supposed to believe women, then why even go to court? If she just can say so, you just go to prison and that's it. Do you know how many innocent men that's already locked up on that alone? What about the Brian Banks story? What about Central Park 5? You got to know his side of the story first. You can't go by rumors. And did you just read what the judge put out last week, log off, Leslie? The attorney called them girls. She said, no, these are women. She said, oh, I'm sorry, Your Honor. I ain't talked to them in a few years. She said they were women too. So what's your point, log off, Leslie? The judge just acknowledged on record that these were grown women. Tasha K even said, yeah, they was of age. The lawyer said they was of age. They all were of age. This underage shit was just what the media put out for past rumors. You got to know this stuff. It's coming to light. Why you think a lot of people now, it wasn't a lot of people in my chat, log off, Leslie, that thought R. Kelly was innocent a year ago or even 2 years ago. People starting to see BS. They starting to see it, log off, Leslie, and I don't want you to be left behind on seeing it. I want you to wake up. You ain't got to believe us, but damn sure be smart enough to ask some questions. That's good. That's your opinion. But what I'm saying to you is make sure you ask questions. Make sure you listen and ask questions and ask yourself, does that make sense? That's all I'm saying to you. Because a lot of times, let me tell you something. Log off, Leslie. And I like that you having a respectable dialogue. I like that. I like that. And I love these type of conversations. Please, I like that. And I like the fact that you are over here. Because it take a lot of guts to be in the chat and say your piece with Spitting Fire. However, when we sit up here and we got people's lives on the line, men or women, we need to ask questions, logical questions. Not go by rumors, not go by this. Because what happens is if you got a rumor on you and people know that you have a rumor on you, it's easy to try to capitalize off of that because your image is tarnished a little. So we got to make sure that that's not what's happening. So you can have your opinion, that's fine. But we want you to be factual with some things. We don't want your opinion based on emotion. Because is it an opinion or is it not? At least if you have one, it should be valid. It should have a lot of validity to it. You get what I'm saying? You got to ask these questions. And you got to check out the behavior of these accusers. It's so funny how they got them looking like little girls, but then you go on their social media and they all thonged out. And you thinking, what kind of victim? And what if you just got out of an abusive relationship? This is the exposure. This is what you're trying to give to other ones, is to go get naked? This is not, I don't think that's how it's supposed to go. And then, Leslie is a fed. Well, she probably is. But she got the right one if she over here on Spitfire. Spitfire ain't scared of the government or the federal government. They know that. They ought to know it. I done told them about 3 years. I mean it. I don't say shit I don't mean. She said, no, I'm not. That's okay. You welcome over here. And it's good to have these conversations. It's really good to have these dialogue, people. We gotta have people with a difference of opinion. We gotta have it. Because of the simple fact it's needed. We can't sit up here and act like this man was not a celebrity. We can't act like this man was not a huge celebrity. We can't act like that. Because, log off Leslie, this is what I'm saying. And think about it. If they say believe women, and we supposed to believe all our men are rapists or inappropriate, like women don't be inappropriate. I've seen concerts where people snatching at his groin, rubbing up all on him. The day that the docuseries came out, people were screaming, I want to be a hostage. What about those women, log off Leslie? We got to start holding people accountable for the stuff that they do. Women are aggressors too, Leslie. Trust me, I am one. We can be aggressive towards a man as well. You see what I'm saying? So, no, like, all of a sudden, we hadn't heard nothing about no boys. All of a sudden, the government wants you to think that he gay. Now, the problem with that is that if you say something about gay people, they want to shut your channel down. But they turn around and use it as a weapon when they wanted to deplete somebody's masculinity. You can't think that's right, log off Leslie. That is wrong. And that's why a lot of people are not believing it. When they threw them boys in there, they messed it up. Because for the past, not only for the last trial, it was all women, but for the past 2 years, you ain't heard nothing but women. Now, all of a sudden, you put a motion in and put it out there in the media of some boys. They reaching, Leslie. Reaching. Where the boys come from? Now all of a sudden he went to the McDonald's. It was always McDonald's. As if the man traveled around the world. They say that he used the enterprise to pick up young women at his concert. Well, first of all, they came to his concert. It's his concert. Okay, sex, drug, and rock and roll has been around forever. That means you got to take responsibility. That means them posters that your kids have on the wall, it ain't all innocent. They want to screw some of them goddamn women and men. I don't know why people don't. Why do you think they call teenagers horny? That's when you getting introduced to your sexuality and your sex. That's when your body start feeling funny. That's when you like, ooh, you start liking and getting desires. It's when you're adolescent, a teenager. That's when that stuff happens. It don't happen when you get grown. Log off, Leslie, we can't think that. Let me tell you something, log off Leslie. People love to put it on people regardless of what they are, especially if they rich. You know, women, black or white, they do things strange for a piece of change. You got to hold them accountable for that. See, if they would have said something, if they would have said something about him being a little boy and he had these issues when he was a little boy and all this and that, growing up into adulthood is one thing. But all these people became predators right when they get rich. I have a problem with that shit. They wasn't enough predator when they was broke, but they gonna decide to be one when they rich. When they got all this goddamn money, knowing that these women willing to do things, strange things for some change. or to be in the in crowd. Like, oh, he rich, I don't want him. He's attractive and rich, yeah, you want him. I ain't stupid. Just like Deshaun Watson. Oh, she had him, yeah, he had me massage his thing. And you massaged it too. All right. That boy signed a $60 million contract. Yeah, you massaged that motherfucker. You know damn well you massaged it. Now, what you massaged it with is one thing, but you massaged it, and it wasn't forced. He didn't have to force nobody to do a damn thing with $60 million in the bank. Because what you won't do, the next one will. Let's keep it real. You feel a certain way about black women. What do you feel about black women? I'm going to ask you. You be careful because my mods are black. And I'm not responsible for what they say or do. So what do you think? What do you feel about black women? Too much, too tight. I'm black. Okay, you're black. Okay, so what do you feel about black? Okay, so you a black woman, and you feel about, okay, can you paraphrase it? Good evening, everybody. Can you paraphrase it? Because women, whether they black or white, got to be held accountable too. Now, don't get me wrong. The men are hey, this is a lesson for them too. And I think with men is the same, boys will be boys, or it's in a man's nature to fuck everything out here. I think men now starting to realize how we used to tell girls to keep your legs closed and keep your dress down. I think they really now starting to learn to keep your penis in your pants and wait for the right one too. You know, the days of just being rich and a hoe is over. Because you going to be charged with rape. If you rich and you attractive, you better be an honest man. You better be in a monogamous relationship. You better be faithful. You better be. Them women gonna force you to be. You better start telling them women no, and you better start telling them no in front of people. Like, I'm not interested. I don't care how fine she is, how big butt she got, how full lips she got. You better be scared. The way we used to teach the girls to keep their dress down and tell a boy no, now the boys got to tell the women no. The roles have turned, honey, because you can go to jail. And you men out there, y'all get a scratch off, you better not tell none of your goddamn, you better not tell nobody. If you win the lotto, you better not tell nobody shit. You cash that $1 million ticket on Monday, on Tuesday, somebody claiming rape on your ass. From 50 years ago, that 20 years ago, you ain't even heard of her no more. Ain't seen her, can't remember her last name or nothing. You better not tell nobody you rich. And you better not too much dress like it either. I'm trying to tell you. You better not. You better not tell nobody shit. You win the lotto, you better not tell nobody shit. Your wife was just, not even too much your wife. Baby, what happened? I got a raise at the job. Well, you must got a big raise, because how did we go from a 3-bedroom house to an 8-bedroom house on 3 acres? That's what you better tell them. You can't tell nobody stuff no more. Can't tell nobody shit. It just don't make no sense. For people, they didn't, I'm telling y'all, they did not expect this shit to go this way. When she come out some, well, and then she tried to take up, Tasha K, she was trying to take up for Geronda. Let me bring her back up. She was trying to take up for Geronda. I don't know why she tried to take up for Geronda. That's the last one. I hope somebody tell her, that's the last motherfucker you need to take up for. She was lying every breath she was taking. Every wig she changed, every time she opened her mouth, she lied. She lied on just like every baby she had. She got about 5, 6 babies now. She had 3 when this case started. Now she got 6. All these babies with the so-called herpes. Then you got one girl talking about some. She treat her herpes with organic fruits. Well, if that was the goddamn case, nobody would take medication then. Just eating fruit would do it. So get the hell out of here. Get the hell out of here. When did catch it? And see, I didn't like it even when Usher was going through that. I didn't like it then. Because I felt like this. She thought so, well, he gave it to me. I feel like, okay, if you know you have something, you should say something. But at the same time, you should always still take your body seriously. You should always protect your body. It doesn't matter if he does it or not. You should protect your body. But nobody was thinking of the fact that she was doing some conniving stuff. See, you can't be Judas in this stuff. You sleeping with your friend's husband or a man behind her back and caught the herpes. You see what I'm saying? You see how karma do? You sleeping with somebody else's man, you don't know what they got going on. Back in the day, in the 80s, they used to make everybody be accountable for their actions. They used to promote wearing condoms, getting tested, all that. Now you don't see those PSAs no more. You don't even see those PSAs no more. You get something, you can just sue somebody for it. You ain't even got to take accountability for nothing no more. So when you sit up there and say stuff like Geronda this and Geronda that, or trying to say Bubba is gay. Well, damn, Tasha, you said that Will Edie was gay too. So all the man friends is gay. Why do y'all take up for the gays and then turn around and use it as a weapon? Why would you call this man gay? Would you like somebody calling your husband gay? Why would you put that out there to the world as if this man did something to you because you don't like R. Kelly, so you don't like everybody around him? But you the one who had to come back a few months ago and say, oops. You feel what I'm saying? It just doesn't make any sense. Let me acknowledge the chat because it's been a minute since I acknowledged you guys. Okay, so I said text guy. Let me see. Let me see who came up in here. Oh, a lot of people came up in here since I said something last. Like I said, on this software I can't see the chat. Ooh, I'm going down, down, down. Damn, I was talking that long since I last called your name. Ooh, wee. Mm. Damn. I ain't know all y'all came up in here. Let me see. I'm going all the way, trying to go all the way up where I left off at. I remember what name I left off at, but I'm seeing names I ain't seen in. Jesus. I'm welcome, y'all. Okay, this is where I think I left off at. Tyus, Alien, Lala, Rockwell. Yeah, this is where I left off at. Rita, okay, Shakira, Aisha Perkins, yeah. Shakira Muhammad, Leona, yeah, Lele. Simply Stephanie, yes. Ivan, how are you? Nisi Mo, Nisi Mo, Nisi Mo. Yes, 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 yes. Anita, come on in. Marietta, yes. Simply Bree Me. Okay, okay, okay. Miss Fernanda, yes, that's what I said. Cool BJ. Jocelyn, yeah. This is okay. Bria Z, okay. Jason Finch, okay. Taz Alien, Bianca Hayes, okay. I remember seeing you guys' names. Let me see who else. Evolved Joseph, hey Denzel. Oh, there you go, Denzel. You know I love that name, Denzel. Peace and serenity. Yes, yes, yes. Texas Black Diamond, thank you for the super chat again. Okay, forensic text guy. Log off Leslie. I like the conversation. Thank you so very much for coming. Even if it's different, please make sure you like, share, and subscribe. It was good to have these different dialogue. Pretty Pink. Okay, okay. Hershey Jackson. All right. Ooh, you must be chocolate and tasty good. Champagne. Okay. All right. All righty. Come on in here. Come on in here. Simply Erica Gigi. All right. Harvender. Ooh, Harvender Holyfield. Or is it Evander? Or whatever. Jack One Uptone. Hey, long time no see. It's been a minute since I seen that name. M's. Oh, really? That sounds like a troll. K Nicole, yeah. SS2. SS2. Nikki Bowman, Jack Mack, Bianca. Ooh, wee. Chandra, Jason Finch. Jason Finch. J Mac, Fresh Jigster. Smooth J. Shaniqua. Oh, Shaniqua. Welcome back. The last time I sat up there was it made fun of your name. You got on me. You ain't got to get on Spitfire but one time, and I get myself together. I ain't hard hit like some of the rest of them. No, I'm just joking. Let me see. Why is all these M's in here? Y'all, why is all these M's in here? Eric Lee. If they come back in here, make sure if they don't come and say nothing, delete them, block them, please. Phoenix Rising, Simply Erica. All right. You guys can have difference of opinion. Come on in, as long as you're respectful, that's all I ask. And let me tell you guys something about Spitfire. I live up to the name. I use aggressive language and aggressive tone. Sometimes it's passionate, sometimes it's deliberate. However, I'm passionate about this, so if my tone is high pitched, I'm not screaming at you. That's how I speak when I'm passionate about something. You will get to know that about me the more you come over here, okay? I don't want people to be thinking I'm fussing at them and cussing them out all the time, which sometimes I do, but believe me, I'm just cussing and commentary and talking. We're good, you know what I mean? You would know when I'm really turning into the dragon, trust and believe. Men think first. All right, that's what I'm talking about. Eric Lee, I'm not looking at your chat. Your comments, y'all. I'm just calling your name and welcome you over here. Shy Love, Karma Lee. Oh, yes, 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 yes. We got to get a little Robin Chapman. Okay. All right. Gigi, okay, Yvonne, I said that. Okay, Lolita, hey, come on in, welcome. Check yourself, and you better check yourself before you wreck yourself. Yes, you better check yourself before you wreck yourself. That's what it is. Let me see. I said Ivan, Layla, McDime. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, this stuff, y'all. Oh, sweet one. Come on in. Lady Diva 1. Yes. Oh, Carmelite. Y'all is up in here. Tamisha. Oh, all right now. All right now. I see all y'all. I see all of y'all. I mean, Carmelite. It's just the fact that Tasha, simply Erica, that wasn't no commentary. That wasn't nothing good. She could have kept that about R. Kelly. I don't even know why she said that last. Like it was something good. She didn't say anything. That's how I knew that she just wanted to get the people over there, especially from this sector. Stop lying. All right, tell them. 74 Rashida. 74 Rashida. That's right. 74 Rashida. Let me see who else is in here. Miss Vern, what's going on? Long time no see. Tammy Sutton, long time no see. I ain't seen some of y'all in so long. Ooh, it's been a while and a long time since I seen y'all. Shy Love, yes, yes, yes. I got to acknowledge people, you guys. You know what? Unless I got chats like Tasha and Kwame, where I could just say hello, people, because it's too many. Lisa Love, Nikki Bowman, welcome. Come on, fam. Come on, fam. But since I don't, Kells Nation, you know what I'm saying? I can take 10, 15 minutes to acknowledge y'all. You know what I'm saying? It's giving back. Dog man, all right. Walk the dog, Barbara Walter. Walk the dog. That's right. Walk the dog. That's what I'm talking about. Ooh, y'all was having some good conversations up in here. Y'all was having some good conversations. I hope. Oh, David Trevino. Okay. JP, there you go. There you go, JP. There you go. Strawberry butterfly. That sounds kinky. No, I'm just joking. Ty be trolling. Oh, Ty, you be trolling. That's all right. You still welcome. Miss Magic. Come on, Lisa Love. Miss Texas Bama. All right. Texas Bama. I wonder if this is a Detroit Bama. J Rock. Come on over here on J Rock. I see you. When I be seeing you, you be all over supporting kids. You a long time supporter of J Rock. Long time. Mark J. What's going on? What is going on? Let me see. Lee. What's going on? Lindsay. Hey, Lindsay. If I say your name wrong, please charge to the game and not my heart. Okay? Simply Erica. All right. Yes. AJ Graves. There you go. AJ, they asked you the other night, do you ever go to sleep when we be on the other sector? Do you ever go to sleep? Kells Nation. I know this Kells sector never sleeps. Stop lying. Lily, Jason Finch. But when I'm over there on the other sector, the main sector, ooh, Lord. Star Child. And I can't go over there on the beef sector. They too much for me. But the main sector, like the Kwame's and the It's Been Reals, woo. Karma Lee, Jack One Uptone. Rockwell. All right, I think I got everybody. I think this is a repeat of everybody. So I can get back to commentary. Shell BYTF, yes. Oh, Sophia, because you're on fire. All right. Miss Fat, I said you. Sir Miguel, yeah. Mm-hmm. I see y'all. I see y'all all the time. You know what? I be sitting up here going off on people, not knowing I'm going off and be passionate, and they be scared. And I don't be meaning to. Gucci! I don't be meaning to. I got to send that man a damn DM, y'all. When I was over on Infamous Sylvia. I'ma send him a DM. And I'm gonna tell him that I speak like that. I done ran a man off of Sylvia, as they said. You know, but you can't be talking Reba. But you can't be talking this crazy shit. Because the reason why I be going off on people, y'all, I came on that channel the other night, and I know, and I got to tell Sylvia sorry too, and I meant to say that the other day. I talked to her a couple times, and it slipped my mind because it was so much we was talking about and was going on. But here's how I feel. Here's how I feel about that. For 2.5, 3 years, I done got called out my name so much and dogged and dragged so much that when people have people on their platforms, they got to talk right. We don't need nobody being fair. This man needs strictly supporters. Because he got the world against him. Okay? That's how I feel. And if I'm calling people names out on big platforms because I'm rocking with them and we doing a good job, people can't be talking crazy shit. We done got our asses whooped out here, y'all. When I'm telling you, new people, when I'm telling you, when I first came out and I was supporting these men, we got our ass whooped. I got dragged from Twitter to from Facebook to YouTube to Twitter. They were cutting my Twitter page off every time I make a comment back. They'd dog me out, but when I dogged them back out, they'd report me to Twitter. And my page was suspended for days. And that was the first time I've ever used Twitter. I said, that's why I don't go on Twitter so much. I post something and I'm out. Because if you get into a chat beef, they can report you. And it's okay. So I don't mean to be like that, but I done took beatings. That's why I told the attorney Cupcakes, hey, what's going on? I told his attorney, Diane, that we can't tell him what to do, but if he get out of this goddamn shit, this is what he need to do, because he got to understand, yes, I understand he stressed out and he was attacked in jail, but we was attacked out here. People, you know what I'm saying, putting pictures up on you, the worst pictures up on you, dogging you out, doxing you, calling the police, shooting that man. We got, and even though it was some people on this side, but it was often the people on this side fighting with the people that fought back and forth. We got our butts chewed out over here and still get chewed out. Still get chewed out. Still get chewed out. So he better take what we say under advisement, damn it. Larry, what's going on? Skyzone, what's going on, sis? It's Jay Reezy. What's going on? All right, that's what I'm talking about. Tasha, you got to do better. You gotta fix this shit, Tasha. You help start this shit and help manifest these lies. You can't try to save face. You gotta fix this shit. You got a son now. You don't want him to be a pro ball player and then some girl sit up there and say he raped her. You don't want that. You actually had a boy now. See what I'm saying? You better fix this shit. You better fix it. This shit needs to be fixed quick. Because this man should not have to be incarcerated because someone said he did something, they ain't proved it. We want to be able to call uncharged witnesses. I said, shit, that's the same shit they did to Bill Cosby. And at this point, they don't even care. Leisha Tate, welcome. I ain't checked no emails in a while, baby. I ain't checked no emails in a while. I hadn't checked no emails in a while. You know. Oh, Evolve, Joseph, you trolling, huh? I see my mind's getting on you. Well, that's what they do. They getting on you. They will get on you. And you lucky they just timing you out. Shit, because this SPITTINFIRE, they be cussing your butt out and dogging. They try to run you off the internet over here. See, here's my thing. Let's log off, Leslie. I never go by what I think. I go by the law. Period. I go by the law. I go by what was said in depositions and transcripts, and that's it. I do not go by personal beliefs. I keep telling people that. There are people who I believe did some things that they shouldn't did. I believe Epstein had a sickness. I believe that. I believe Epstein had an ill for young girls. I do. But do I believe Bill Cosby, R. Kelly, and Weinstein? I believe that Weinstein was an asshole. I believe that. But was it criminal? No. I believe that them hoes just didn't get the careers that they wanted. And that's it. Because I followed the Weinstein case. And let me tell you something. Y'all listen to what I'm telling y'all if he lived to see it. But let me tell y'all something. The way that Weinstein case is, don't be surprised if that shit get overturned. Don't be surprised. Don't be surprised. I've been following that, y'all. I'm trying to tell you, don't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if he walk out of prison next. Once he done with the rest of his trials, if it's done, I can't remember because I lost track of Weinstein. It was just too many of this shit going on. But yeah, I follow the law. Log off, Leslie. If you want to know, I follow the law. And here's what I said. Log off, Leslie. My co-host at the time believed Cosby was guilty. And she was happy he went to jail. And just like some of the rest of you, she was happy. And I'm reading some things. And I tell y'all, I dissect everything. I don't know Cosby. I don't know this woman. Log off Leslie, I don't know this woman, but the shit don't be sounding right to me. Like the news, the media can't tell me anything and I believe it. You know what I'm saying? They can't tell me anything I believe. This is why I fell out with a lot of people on these internet streets in this sector over here, because they tried to tell me things and I won't believe it. And I'm not part of this go along and no, I won't. I will not. But here is the thing. I have an issue with somebody saying they took some medicine and because they trusted him. Because I tell my daughter don't take shit she don't know what she taking. I don't give a fuck who give it to her. I don't give a fuck what they said. Don't take shit. You know what I'm saying? Don't take nothing. She said she took 3 pills. She just swallowed it. She did it because she said she trusted him. Then she said she passed out, woke up on the bed, felt funny. She felt like he was doing something to her. Then she went back again. Now, if you was drugged and you think that you was sexually assaulted, you go back again to get drugged and sexually assaulted again? Or did y'all take it and did the do? Because, go ahead. The camera's facing me. I keep telling you that. They can hear you. So, what I was talking about? Bill Cosby. Okay. So Bill Cosby was sitting up there and he was talking about some, yeah, I gave her Quaaludes. But that's no different than somebody saying, yeah, I gave her a joint. Like, they said, well, he admitted doing it. Yeah, because they was doing drugs. They was having sex. Either she had to go back and see she was dreaming, but if you was dreaming like that, it must have been a good dream because you went back for some more. Shit. Like, I look. I know when women have a little hoe in them. And she was doing some little hoeing. Now, let me tell you what her little conniving ass did. And if you don't believe me, log off Leslie. Nicole's View interviewed Andrea Constant's ex-boyfriend. He said she was lying. She's a conniving something. I'm just saying. See? I'm just saying. She said so he didn't know I was gay. No, you withheld that. For that particular reason right there. You withheld telling him that you were gay. But I want to ask y'all a question. Now this off topic a little bit. On all these charges, I want to ask y'all a question for real though. And I want all y'all to really be honest with me. I like seriously. Because, and I'm going to try to say it the best I know how because it's kind of a twist to it, I think. And I want you guys to really be honest with me. Okay. Now, I'm going to try to say it the best I can because I think it, but sometimes you know how you can think something and you be like, damn, how am I supposed to say this? Okay. So, I think Andrea Constant is almost like trying to transgender into a man. Am I right or wrong? Let me know if I'm right or wrong before I even get into depth of what I'm finna ask. Is Andrea Constant transitioning to a man? Because she looks like she's starting to try to be a man more and more. Right? I'm right? Okay. Am I right? I want somebody other than log off Leslie tell me. Right? Okay. I'm right. Okay. Now, she transitioning to be a man. How can I put this? Okay. So, we got this law for equality where you by law, they have to call you by your pronoun that you identify with. So if you were a man that's a woman, you would now be called a she. And if you was a woman that is now a man, you would now be called a he. And it can be legal. Now, how does this work? Because you can't be two genders at once, right? So she can't be a woman and a man. So if you change over into a man, you no longer a woman. So how can you convict somebody of violating you when you was a woman when you're no longer that woman anymore? Because that's not what you identify as. That's double dipping to me. See, I would have sat up there and found him not guilty on that alone. Do you guys get what I'm saying? Seriously, do you guys get what I'm saying? Like, if I am, okay, so say for instance, if I'm transgender into a man, say for instance, if somebody raped me as a woman, but I transgender into a man, why do I still convict for when I was a woman? When I'm no longer that woman anymore, because I don't identify with that no more. Bria said, absolutely. I'm just saying, like, how is all this shit gonna work? Like, in other words, because me personally, I'd probably be in prison. Let me tell you why. Because I do something as a woman and then transgender in a man and be like, Your Honor, I understand that, but I'm not that person no more. I don't identify with that no more. That is a legal defense if you want to talk about equality. Because you morphed into something else. You can't say you the same you when you are different you now. Scott, don't be laughing. I'm serious. Scott, think about it. If you transgender into a man, right? Hypothetical. Right? And it go both ways. Okay, so say for instance, I'm a man, right? And Skies, I'm gonna use you because I know you. I'm gonna use you. And you say I sexually assaulted you. But you transgender into a man now. How can you still convict me for sexually assaulting you when you was a woman and you no longer that woman anymore? I'm just saying, that's giving y'all something. I'm going to leave on that note. That's going to give y'all asses something to think about, because tomorrow or the next day, I'm going to come back live. And I'm going to pick up a part 2 of this shit. We got to talk about that alone. No, Kels Nation. No. You identify, that goes in your brain too. You identify with the opposite gender that you are. This was what this whole agenda is about with this transgender. This is why they trying to be in women's sports and all this and that, because they identify as a woman. So how the hell you mad about what happened to you when you was a man when you no longer that man no more? Okay. All right, Shakira. That's right, log off, Leslie. That is an interesting point. I'm telling y'all, we gonna talk about that. We gonna talk about that. We gonna talk about the Bruce and the Caitlyn. We gonna talk about that shit, because think about it. If I'm a serial rapist, all right, we talking about men who say, if I'm a serial rapist and I rape a woman and she transgender into a man, which I probably didn't know she was gay or anything of the LGBT, and she transgender into a man, then why do I have to go to prison for raping her when that woman don't exist no more? That's double dipping. I'm just saying, these are questions that's going to happen. I'm telling you guys, it's going to be a case study. Just like, look, transgender want to use the same bathroom as women. Some of them haven't completed their whole sexual thing. So a lot of the transgenders now are getting ran out of the bathrooms because once you expose your genital, that's against the law, right? So people are reporting it as being against the law, right? But at the same time, the law says you identify with being a woman. The shit is confusing. I'm telling y'all. Y'all started this shit. Y'all started this shit. You know what, Miss Fat? Miss Fat, go get a switch. Miss Fat, go out there. I'm telling you now. Go out there and pick a switch. And don't take your time either. Don't take your time. Go on out there and pick your switch now. Go on out there and pick you a switch. Yeah, you. Go on pick you a switch. You getting a whooping. Go on pick your switch. I'm just saying, nobody can ask that question. I've asked, let me tell y'all something. When I asked that question, I called the senator's office about a month ago and asked that question. When they first came to me, you know, my government office, they can't stand me. Every time I call, they always put me on hold because I'm always calling them because, you know, I believe in my tax money and shit. So when I be preaching out here to y'all, I do be fucking with them people. I be like, listen, I as a taxpayer, I know they be like, woman, you got to have something else to do. Nope, I'm semi-retired. I ain't got shit but to fuck with y'all. Listen, I'm telling you, I want to know how that works. I want to know how Bill Cosby could have always, I would have let him go anyway. You know, I'm thinking that's probably what the justices was thinking. When they seen her, they was like, you living your life as a man anyway now. You no longer that woman, no way. So why the hell should he go to jail? That ain't who you identify with no more. I'm just saying. We gonna talk about this some more, y'all. We gonna talk about this some more. I'm telling you, we're gonna have to, because it's needed. It is needed or whatever, because I'm thinking to myself, I cannot imagine a man going to jail for sitting up there sexually assaulting what used to be a woman. That shit ain't right. That shit ain't right. That shit is not right. You know what I'm saying? It's just not right at all. So, I'm going to let you guys go. Okay? Thank you guys for coming in. I appreciate this. I want some of you to stay on to help me log off, because this software, I don't know how to log off. So, if you guys wanted to chat a little longer, you can until I figure it out. Okay, because I got to learn how to do this shit. I don't know how to do it. I want to learn how to do the picture-in-picture too, or whatever. But let's see about doing the intro again. Hold on, let's practice that. Let's cut her off.
He say,
there you go.
Say, we say,
all right.
Say, hearing out them points of views when I see it my way. Yes, it goes. Yes, yes and no's, maybe so's, probably not, shoulds and coulds, do's and don'ts, your
Alright.
who's and won'ts is how you rock. Politicians and religions on your house, or are you renting? Is you married? Is you single?
Oh, look at that, y'all. Y'all see that intro?
Turn out to be someone you into. So how long before the bed get wrinkled?
Ooh, look at that. Y'all see that? Cultural obligation. Don't think at the surface level. Men are under attack. You see that in that intro.
You give the flow, tell the truth if it's sweet or sour, cause the hour we spitting that fire.
Y'all see that? Woo, look at that fire coming through there like that. That's what I'm talking about. Ooh, that's what I'm talking about.